Hey, welcome back. John Martinez here, and today we're going to talk about a negotiating tactic called the price anchor. Now, the reason is because negotiating, it can be tough, right? We all have questions like, where do we start? Who gives their price first, right? What are the seller's expectations? And we're always going to ask ourselves, right? If we want to get better at what we do, is there a better way to negotiate? And there are actually some best practices that can make negotiating a little bit easier and a little more effective. And you know what? If you get to a negotiation, that's usually pretty late in a sales process. So at that point in time, things are going well. You really don't want to mess anything up. So let's talk about how to use a negotiating tactic called the price anchor. Now, I'm going to try to explain this concept through some pictures and a series of questions. I think that's the easiest way I can understand it. So hopefully you think a little bit like I do, and this helps to explain the concept. So with this first picture, let me ask you a question. Is this a big ship? Right? I mean, thing looks massive, but is this big? Well, let's move to the next slide. Is this a big ship? Well, shoot, that thing is freaking humongous. Yeah, of course that's a big ship. Well, hold on. For all of you sci-fi junkies and Star Wars fans, here's the good old Death Star. Now, is this a big ship, right? That's a spaceship. Is this a big ship? Okay. So maybe the cruise ship wasn't big. This is huge. Well, shoot, what if we take that Death Star, that tiny one in the middle there, and we consider Earth a spaceship, right? Spaceship Earth. Now, is that a big ship? You see, let's go back to that first ship. Is this a big ship? Well, the answer is yes and no, right? It really depends on what you're comparing it to. If you're comparing it to a rowboat, yeah, sure, that's a big ship. If you're comparing it to, something else, then no, it might not exactly be a big ship. If you put this side by side next to the biggest cruise ship in the world, no, it's not big, right? Well, that's the way I want you to start thinking about your offer when you're negotiating, right? Your offer's not good or bad. Just like the first picture of that ship, that boat, was not big or small. It really just depends on what your prospects compare it to. You know, the value of something only depends on what you compare it to, okay? So let's go a little deeper with this. If your seller's expectation for their properties to get $100,000 and you come in at $55K, you know what? That's a terrible offer. But if they're expecting, let's say, somewhere around $30,000, and then you come in at your $55,000, shoot, that's a great offer, right? So you gave the exact same offer, but depending on what the seller's expectations were, that's what made your offer either good or bad. So a great way to get a leg up on a negotiation is to start focusing first, very early in the sales process on resetting expectations. So how do you reset expectations? Because remember, whatever the seller's expectation is, that's how they're going to determine if your offer, your price is good or bad. Well, there's a few ways. One is by using comps, right? Another way is even just mentioning a lower price. Or a third way is by really diving deep on the problem that your offer is going to solve, right? If buying a property solves a massive problem, well, then your offer is going to be good, even if the monetary value is low, right? But the easiest way to do this, that gets into questioning techniques and other pieces of what we call digging for pain or diagnosing the sale. There's different things we could do in that aspect, but let's talk about the easiest way to reset expectations using this price anchor, right? Just mention a lower price. It doesn't even have to be your offer. It can sound as simple as this. Hey, you know what, Tim? I started doing my research, and I was absolutely shocked when I saw that this house just a few blocks away, 123 Smith Street, sold for like $20,000. Here, take a look at this. Does that surprise you? I was shocked. I mean, yours is nicer and a little bigger, but just seeing that, this is what sold 2 months ago, a block away. blew my mind. Guys, that's a price anchor, okay? We just reset expectations. We do that a few times during a sales call. Reset expectations. Oh no, this person's going to offer me something dirt cheap. And then we come in higher. By comparison, what we've done is we've just reset expectations, set a price anchor, and made our offer look better than it actually is. Now, a lot of salespeople actually do the opposite of this. They never reset expectations, so this is actually working against them. Their prospect has a much higher value of their home, and when they come in with a lower offer, the offer actually seems worse than what it actually is. So you've got to use a price anchor to reset expectations, okay? Remember, your offer will only be good or bad, really based on how it compares to that seller's expectations. So you're gonna always wanna work to reset expectations early in the process to make your offer look sweeter in the latter part of the sales process. My name's John Martinez. This is the 21-day REI Sales Challenge. Hope this helps you with your negotiations. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.